Hey guys, so in today's video I'm going to be sharing my favorite most used palettes with you guys. I had originally wanted to do like the good and the bad eyeshadow palettes, but that would have taken too long. So, I decided to just share my favorites with you guys, what I really like and what I use all the time. So to get right into it, the first one we have the e.l.f. Little Black Beauty Book Volume 1, and that looks like that. This is one of my favorites because it has a lot of kind of shimmery or satin eyeshadows. It only has like a handful of matte eyeshadows, but I like that it comes with a lot of those types of shades that you can just sweep all over your lid, and it kind of gives you like a complete look, So that's one of the reasons that I like it so much, because it has a lot of those shades, and they're like taupey or bronzy or like a gold bronzy, and then it does have a couple like peachy shades and then like a really nice bright blue or down here. And yeah, so like I like the variety that it has. I mean, some of the eyeshadows, like some are better than others, but the palette was just $5. And I also like that it's like travel friendly because it's really small, but I do like to use this, and I hate that I always forget that I have it, so I kind of stop using it because I get like stuck into my routine. But every time I bust it out, I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I love this thing. And next up we have my MAC palette. Not all the eyeshadows in here are MAC shadows because I did depot like a different palette. But the ones that I'm going to share with you guys is this one right here. This one is called Swiss Chocolate. And it's just like a reddish toned brown. And then we have Saddle, which is like another kind of reddish, like a really light red toned brown. And then we have Paradisco, which is like a really nice kind of peachy pink with like a gold sheen. And yeah, so I really like those two. Another two that I really like are these two, and these are from my Flirt limited edition palette that I depotted, but they're just like really nice kind of like silvery taupes, so I love to use this palette, especially these two. This is like my go-to smoky eye right here. I do Swiss Chocolate all over the lid, and then I just kind of blend it out with Saddle, and it's just like the perfect kind of everyday smoky eye. And next we have a little quad. This is by Physicians Formula, and this is called Canyon Classics, and it's one of their matte quads that looks like this. And this is like a big time favorite because of these two skin colors right here. They're like close, really close to my skin tone, so whenever I want to blend out something, like these two is like, that's what I'll use, like those two eyeshadows. So they just make blending very easy, and they give me like a really nice gradient look, like a gradient effect. And then you have this really nice kind of like creamy color, which is awesome because it's like super like mega pigmented. And my least favorite would have to be this one, just because it's like a gray, like, I don't know, it's like a hard color to describe, but it just looks gray, and it just doesn't complement my skin tone very well, so I don't ever really use it. But I love this because of the blending colors that it has. And next up we have my Inglot palette that looks like this. I don't have the numbers for the eyeshadows on here, but I will list them in the description box if you guys are interested. And this is what it looks like. And this is probably like my most used palette, like out of everything that I'm sharing with you guys. Like this is the one that I think I've used the most. And it's just because of the colors, like they're perfect. When I made this palette, I didn't even think that I was going to use it as much as I do, but like I literally use this all the time. Like I just love it. I had a really nice creamy color, a really nice like skin tone nude color, and these are like crazy pigmented. And a really nice milk chocolate, a nice like taupey color, and a really dark kind of purpley toned brown. So this is a favorite. I use this all the time, especially this like nude color right here. Like whenever I want to just kind of neutralize my lid, that's like my go-to eyeshadow. Like I use this thing all the time. So this is like a big favorite, and I'm really excited because Inglot is going to be at IMATS this year. So I want to get like more eyeshadows, maybe even like backups of these, just because I love them so much. And now we have the Victoria's Secret Hello Bombshell makeup palette that looks like this. It just has like the big mirror in the front, and the eyeshadows look like that. Now this is like the palette that I like. When I got it, I used it so much. I still use it all the time just because it has some of like my favorite colors. I really like this purple. I like this kind of like purpley taupe color, and then they have like a really nice kind of all over the lid like satin color that's really nice. I don't know if you guys can see that there. My fingers are all dirty with swatches. But I really like it. Like, this was the first time, like, when I got this, like, I had never tried any Victoria's Secret eyeshadows or makeup at that. But I'm really impressed with their quality and everything. And I've used this a lot. Like, ever since I got it, like, I just have used it like crazy. And it does come with, like, glosses and lipsticks. And then once you flip it, it has, like, blushes, bronzers, and highlights and stuff. So this is, like, a big time favorite just because of the color selection. I don't always do colorful looks, but I do like to have, like, colorful eyeshadows on hand. Like, if I decide to do, like, a colorful look, then I have something. Like, for instance, my next palette, which is this one. This is the e.l.f. 100 eyeshadow palette that looks like this. This was, like, my first palette ever to own. So, I don't know, like, I really like it. And the other day I did a look with this purple and then this, like, orange color. And it, look how dirty my fingers are. And it looked really nice. And I don't know, I like having color variety. And I really like this palette because it gives me, like, a nice variety. And it's really inexpensive. And then I also really like the 2 rows of, like, neutral colors that it has. I don't even think it's worth showing you guys swatches because my fingers are all dirty. But yeah, I really like this. It's been a long time favorite because I've had it for forever. I do kind of neglect it sometimes just because, like I said, I get stuck into, like, a routine and I forget to use other things. So every time I go back to it, I'm like, oh, it gives me such good variety, you know? So I really like it and it's, like, one of my favorites. But those are pretty much the palettes that I wanted to share with you guys. I do have other palettes that I really like, but these are, like, my favorites that I use all the time. I also think I'm going to do, like, my favorite, most used single eyeshadows because I do have a ton of single eyeshadows that I really like. So I think that's what I'm going to do next. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and found it helpful. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later.